And the party continues on a beautiful Sunday night. Third day of May. Welcome to Beyond Ringside Live from Studio One in beautiful Birmingham, Alabama. Actually, just south of it in Pelham, Alabama. I feel like Peanut from Jeff Dunham whenever I do that. Dunham. Fast Eddie Lane in Studio One, welcoming in tag team partner, multi-time champion in every sense of the term, the Machine, Guff Grayson in the house. What's up, brother?
Man, ain't nothing to it, Eddie. I have witnessed the miracle of May. The miracle of May. Ask me what it is, Eddie. You'll never get it.
What's the miracle of May, Guff?
Man, the Birmingham Stallions just went to Orlando and beat them 20-17 after getting embarrassed a week or two ago by them.
Boy.
They take a backup quarterback, trade theirs away, and go into Orlando and beat them 20-17.
The city where we got the quarterback.
I mean, he was sitting there going around the stadium like he was Julius Caesar waving at everybody because he knew everybody.
Yeah, I know. Still funny. What can you say? So the Stallions managed to rectify it. We're still sub 500, but there is still time. I think right now we're 2-4. I always go back to Lou Brown in the movie Major League. We won one. We win a couple more. That's called a winning streak, and that's what Birmingham desperately needs right now. And this is the cocky side of the Stallions fan coming out. I never thought I'd see us in this position. It is always possible. This is why we play the game. But by the same token, I would say most all Stallions fans are not used to being in these waters right now.
No way. I mean, look, we've taken our lumps and took some losses, and I think there was even one year that we didn't win the championship.
Yeah.
But never a losing record and struggling to score points. Absolutely not.
Well, it's like last week, I believe the final score was somewhere in 40s versus 20s, so the offensive output was greater last week. The defense was just outplayed. That's why, but once again, that's almost a 20-point margin of defeat from last week. And then we come back this year, pull one out of the hat. I'll take it. I believe the phrase is, I will take an ugly win over a beautiful loss any day of the week.
Yeah, there is no moral victories in this game. It's either you win or you lose by the end of the score. So, and one of these days, Eddie, speaking of sports scores, I'm going to have to get you to explain how Savannah Bananas and Texas Tailgaters score their baseball game. They don't score it like normal.
No, not in the ever-loving least. Now, I will say this. I have a world of respect for what the Savannah Bananas have been able to accomplish. They have managed to take things and they've turned, the loose, and I mean very loose comparison by nature, is they are the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And they've managed to turn what could be considered as a mundane sport and turn it into a very fan-friendly experience.
And, of course, baseball traditionalists will go, they're just making a mockery of the sport, but it's entertainment. It's entertainment.
I'm not going to sit back and say they're making a mock. Yeah, they're mocking certain aspects of it, and I got no problem saying that because the way baseball has taken itself too seriously at times. And lo and behold, this year has been by far some of the best fan responses, especially with the introduction of ABS. I mean, I'm laughing at umpires like C.B. Buckner and the ilk when their calls get overturned like a big dog. I think Buckner even had back-to-back calls overturned at one at-bat.
Called a guy out for missing the first base, running to first base, and they said he missed first base, and the guy just stood on first base, and he called him out, but then he wasn't even looking at first base.
Wasn't even looking in the general direction of first base. I think he was looking at the hot dog vendor in section 208.
Hey, man, I watched John Boy just like the rest of us, but I'm just saying this guy is being made a fool of, and he needs to tighten up or get out.
We thought it was bad with Angel Hernandez.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look, pro wrestling referees get paid to look bad sometimes and miss stuff, but damn.
That's right. At least they can take a bump. I mean, these guys, they're not even paying attention. And it's like, well, and now that they have the ABS, I mean, they get called out. I remember seeing it like 4 batters in a row. I mean, the batters have been doing it all their life, but I'm assuming the umpires have been doing it all their life too, that they know the strike zone.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly, but each of them had their own little idiosyncrasies in the strike zone. A little high, a little low, a little tight, a little loose.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
No, I mean, I was just saying, but the batters know where the strike zone is because they can see, coming right at you, where it lands, where it's at, and they'll call them out on it. And I'm all the better for it. And I think it's a better game for it. Now, I think it's embarrassing for the umpires, but get better and you won't have to worry about it.
Do your damn job.
Right.
I think, what was it, Bill Belichick that actually used to say that? Do your job.
Oh, man.
And then, lo and behold, at the roast of Tom Brady, he tells Gronk, stop doing your job. It's like he was doing some of the commercials.
Oh.
I actually went back and rewatched the roast of Tom Brady recently, and Nikki Glazer just, once again, absolutely stellar performance in that. I don't know if have you ever seen it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there were some uncomfortable moments in it for sure.
Woo-hoo. And once again, I agree with a little bit of what Kevin Hart said when it came to Belichick actually showing up, showing out, and doing the roast himself. And it's like, I was just uber impressed, and Coach turned in a stellar performance as well. I was impressed.
Yeah, he certainly did. All of them turned in some earth-shattering. But it is a roast, man. He had to expect that, right?
Oh, God, yes. It's funny because to me, I think the weakest link out of all of them was Kevin Hart himself.
Yep. Hey, you don't want to get in there and just cut them down ultimately, but you want to take some good jabs at them and stuff that people already know that's out and about, like him and his ex-wife, et cetera, et cetera.
You and I were in text message yesterday about the time that the 152nd running of the Kentucky Derby took place. And I was sitting back watching it. You said that you were outside working when it happened. Did you get a chance to watch the replay?
Yes, I did.
Dude, yes, I just went, dude, where's my car on this one? The move that Golden Tempo made to come up on the outside to capture the win yesterday was just a thing of beauty.
Absolutely. And how come the owner wasn't in the trainer wasn't in the owner box or up there? I mean, look, she was down on the rail with the rest of the shall I say, the rest of the general population.
I don't mind stuff like that. I really don't. Because when you come out of that owner's box and away from the elites, and I'm sounding like an ass when I say it like that, but have we met before, kids?
Yeah.
But when you're down there and you want to get a closer look at everything going on, it's like, and just be with family and friends and other assorted hangers on, it's kind of like I respect that.
But that she was on the rail, and she knew that once the horse got a lane, an open lane, it could make it, and it did.
It did. I believe somebody made the statement, and I can't remember. It was a conversation after the race. If you actually picked 1, 2, 3 and boxed it in properly, I think a $2 ticket was worth $44,000.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, I know.
Where did the horse go off at? Odds-wise?
Say again.
What were the odds on the winning horse again?
I did not see that.
I'll look it up. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, because lo and behold, and also I believe it was the first time that a female trainer had won the Kentucky Derby, which hats off, congratulations, well played. And I'm very much a casual. And by the way, Cherie Duvall, the trainer's name. So I apologize for omitting that a second ago.
Right.
I'm very much a casual. If it just I pulled up to work last night. I was hosting at the Brown Derby in Birmingham, and cars everywhere, and I was lucky to find a parking place where I could do load in. I get in the door, and it's like, oh crap, that's today. It's like, I knew it was coming. It's kind of like Talladega weekend in Alabama. You know it's coming. Then all of a sudden you hit the traffic jam. Damn, it's race weekend. But
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
Here
Brett,
it is. Final odds: Golden Tempo 23-1, Renegade 5-1, Ocelli, if I'm saying that right,
okay.
70-1 to show.
Wow.
So yeah, you might have been dead on. Let me see if I can find some payouts here.
Like I said, I heard one person in particular say it was like $44,000 if you boxed it right.
Winning payout: a $2 win bet on Golden Tempo returned $48.24. Not bad. Scratches. Let's see. I'll find it. Keep talking. I'll find it.
Yeah, because Golden Tempo, Renegade, Ocelli was 1, 2, 3. And once again, it's because I'm such a casual as it goes with that. I don't really take the time to do that much crash course OJT, so to speak, as far as research goes. Mm-hmm. So it's basically a case of why is Zoom deciding it wants to go possessed again? Gee, what a surprise. Damn.
Right.
So thank you, Microsoft, and everything involved with Zoom right now for just totally screwing up my train of thought. But no, there are times where I will actually take the time to start doing more homework. I mean, I don't bet on horses. I don't. There was the longest running joke as far as greyhound racing. You always watch to see pre-race which dog is going to take care of personal business before it goes into the chute. And it's like, okay, we're going to put $2 on that one. He just pooped on turn 4.
Yeah. All of them do, man.
Yeah, I know.
All right, are you ready for this?
Go with it.
Get some of this now. A simple trifecta where you just pick 1, 2, and 3. 19, 1, and 22 paid $11,250.78 on a dollar bet. A superfecta where you pick the top 4, $94,489.95 on a dollar bet. The daily double when you pick 6 and 19, $94.83.
Not bad at all.
Good payouts for those who had the ticket.
Yeah, because you were talking about the original odds on 1 and 3 being what they were. It's like, holy crap. That's decent payoffs because you get $1 ticket, $2 ticket, and then, of course, you're going to have the high rollers that are, trying to box it out for $1,000, $5,000 a ticket, if that's even allowed in proper racing nowadays. I honestly don't know. So once again, it's a case of, do you have those vendors, those particular windows where you can bet what you want on the circumstance? So it's like, damn.
Yeah, right.
It depends on exactly what financial institution is going to be. Is backing everything right now.
The bad thing about it now is if you win something like that, then you got the IRS already sitting there.
Oh, God, yes.
Waiting on you.
That's pretty much a normal thing nowadays. No major worries on that one. It's funny because shifting over for a hot second, I'm going over to WWE.com to see what I can find out about the latest updates on Backlash. I go to the shows tab and click. Lo and behold, they do not even have Backlash listed, period, on the upcoming PLE event page.
Wow, really?
No, they don't. I mean, you go to the main page of WWE.com, and once again, I'm there as we speak. And having done the hard refresh 2 to 3 times, it's not. And Backlash is supposed to be this coming Saturday live from Tampa?
Well, they've got WrestleMania hangover, so they're just kind of, okay, y'all know it's there. Come watch it.
Yeah, I know, and that's the funny thing about it, because I guess with the backlash, there's that word, from the fans about the situation, especially as it transpired about ticket prices and everything else. I know that SummerSlam tickets went on sale this week, and those were decidedly lower than, of course, big difference between, not really, because SummerSlam is one of the big 4, and it's a 2-night event, yet again.
Mm-hmm.
I can see WrestleMania being a 2-night event. I really can, but I'm just honestly of the ilk that I'm not impressed with the idea still that you're having to load up the biggest event of the summer to make it a 2-night event as well. I mean, I understand, look, you don't want to end up running a 4 to 5 hour pay-per-view where people are genuinely going to have fatigue, because we've seen audience fatigue happen on WWE events. We've seen it on AEW events. Seen it happen a couple of times. New Japan, some of the other companies, the mid-majors here in the United States. And no matter how good the matches are and how great the talent lineup is, the human body only has so much energy, and you're banking on the fact that you're going to give them different quality matches in the middle of the show to where they can recharge a little bit and come back strong toward the go-homes. But I just, once again, going back-to-back nights, that's something I've just never really, even for WrestleMania, there's times where it's like, why are we doing 2 nights?
I just don't know. Well, maybe it's like what Greg said, putting it all in one night is draining. I mean, it's too much, so they got to split it up.
Understand the concept. Speaking of splitting up, there were some folks split from the active roster of World Wrestling Entertainment yet again this week.
Yeah.
And a couple of these were very surprising, and I'm going to go ahead and mention I'm not tremendously surprised, because based on what I've heard about Tongaloa, I hate it. But by the same token, if things aren't working out and either you're not happy there or they're not happy with you, maybe the split's the best thing to occur. Same thing can be said for JC Mateo, Jeff Cobb, one of the newer signees over the last little while. And then he got that release was worked out. But I think the two that are shocking the world still, and more information still coming out about this, and that's the characters of Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods' New Day getting released from WWE. I mean, have you had a chance to find out a little bit more about that one?
Well, no. I mean, I'm not sure. I guess they just ran out of direction to take the characters in, and we're just kind of sticking them out there to stick them out there. They're good, talented wrestlers, but they could not come up with a good storyline to throw them in. Now, what everybody seems to be excited about is them signing with another organization and going against the Young Bucks.
That would be one to watch. Now, I did run across a story, and once again, I don't have anything totally etched in stone. I consider the sources when these things are laid out there. So I will use America's favorite A word, or my favorite A word, allegedly. Kofi and Xavier were asked to restructure their contracts by TKO. And once again, I don't have hard confirmation on that, and I don't always trust Wrestling Observer or Fightful or whatever the hell else that's out there, because a lot of these will turn around and go into business for themselves, and that's been proven on more than one occasion. But when you have a number of different, and the problem that we have is some of these websites will parrot choice comments. So, I mean, if this is true, I will lead with that. If it is true that TKO wanted New Day to restructure their contracts, which from what I understood, they were supposed to be signed through 2030. But TKO was lowballing the offer, and the guys just basically said, yeah, that ain't going to happen. And so it was a mutual decision for the release. I get that. If that's true.
I think it is. I think that's exactly what's going on. I mean, they, being under contract, restructure, and they said no, and then they hardball each other, and then Kofi and Xavier say, all right, we're gone. I mean, they can get signed by another organization and do well, and get pushed to the high heavens and re-sign with WWE in no time.
Well, unfortunately, in this circumstance, you also don't always know what that non-compete agreement's going to be. And that's one of the issues that I have with the structuring of certain contracts. Because to be brutally honest, I mean, if, let's say, Guff's the owner of the company.
Yeah.
And I'm not happy with the way things are going, and I go to Guff and say, I want out. Okay, well, I'll let you out, but all facets of your departure agreement are still going to be in place. Okay, that means 90-day non-compete, 120-day non-compete. Anything past 90 is kind of like a restraint of trade. Unless, of course, I can go to Japan, Mexico, or another, I can go to the UK and work. That's fine. But I can't appear domestically on televised products. I get that. So that 90-day window is one thing. But if you come to me and say, it's not working out, I'm going to go ahead and ask you if you want to go ahead and say bye-bye, and I agree with you. If you're the one bringing it to me, that non-compete should be non-existent.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But WWE has a good working relationship with AEW, don't they? I mean, they do talent swaps sometimes, I think.
No, that's TNA.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I got it confused, all these acronyms. But
oh, no. All Elite Wrestling and World Wrestling Entertainment could not be any more hostile toward each other if they tried. And trust me, they've tried.
I knew it was one of them. Well, look, irregardless, they're going to be fine. Kofi and Xavier are too talented of a tag team, singles, whatever you want to call them, to linger and do nothing. So I'm sure they'll find their way back to the primetime stage.
And then on top of that, let's not forget about all the merchandising that's been done through New Day over the course of the years, where everything from the T-shirts to you name it, they've had it, the Bootios and all the other stuff, the pancakes. Oh, my God. The New Day faction in and of itself was responsible for record sales on so many fronts as far as merchandise goes. And you almost have to wonder if those shirts and if everything is still available on shop for the next little while, how is that agreement going to be affected? That's something that a lot of people don't take into consideration, because if there's still merch up there, that means they still have they'll still be making money off that for the next little while.
Well, I just think that goes along with the relationship of how things are or how they split up. I mean, if there was anger involved and kiss my ass and all that kind of stuff, no, I think the shirts and everything will be down. But, if it was, all right, well, we're going to go and, we're going to take our time and sign somewhere and be on another program in 90 days or something like that, they'll probably keep it up. I mean, what are they going to do? Put it in the warehouse and let it sit? That doesn't do anything.
Send it off to a small third world country. Here, stay warm.
All right. All right.
Great for summertime viewing or great for summertime wearing. Here, take that, a baby blue shirt with pink writing on it. All right, wear it. The shirt's cool enough. I'll wear it. I don't give a damn. But this is where I sit back, and I've been leery about the TKO agreement for the longest time, for the simple reason that when Endeavor first really Ari Emanuel and company started moving in a direction, it was UFC, the first merger in play. And then WWE came later. Well, Ronda Rousey's not wrong in some of her later tirades, or latest tirades, rants, speaking of her mind, if you will. Mm-hmm. Because it's pretty much clear that UFC doesn't pay that well. I mean, and I still love the line that was used on Dana White. It's like, dude, you're like dogfighting with humans. It's like, because mixed martial arts is not what it once was. The Ultimate Fighter is not what it once was.
Oh, absolutely not.
And it's like, are we still incorporating any kind of real disciplines in UFC in mixed martial arts? Not really. Glorified bare knuckles or whatever the hell. But lo and behold, you're seeing that from UFC's vantage point, you can have this many fighters under contract and you're still making a butt ton of money because you're not paying the fighters that well. When you're looking at a $10,000, $20,000 fight of the night bonus as big money, it's like, wow, okay.
I mean, some of the top people, make good money, right? I mean, $1 million fights and stuff like that. I mean, not from UFC.
I
think they did.
Rousey was one of the first to really get to that higher paying plateau. And then from there, they started to scrutinize exactly how they were paying people. Then Conor McGregor, God love him, he turned around and took that fight with Floyd Mayweather, and he saw the money that he could actually be making. It's like, really? That's why he's not really had that much for the UFC.
I don't blame him.
It's like,
Floyd Mayweather fight was awesome. It was promoted to hell and back, and they did a damn good job of putting it on.
Yeah, they did. Folks, tell you what, we're going to hang for that first break. Guff and I shall return in just a moment. You are listening to Beyond Ringside Live.